Musiala. Gattuso asking, will Füllkrug start the first group game? Well, that's a really good question. I think he's probably one of the more likely candidates to start up front. The other options being Maximilian Bayer, Kai Havertz, Thomas Müller and Dennis Undav. I wouldn't be surprised to see Füllkrug up there, especially with the season he's had at Borussia Dortmund. Top of the goal-scoring charts for them. One of the main reasons they find themselves in the Champions League final. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him up front. A question: who is Julian's assistant manager? Kiwalabye Simon. That would be Sandro Wagner, former German international himself. A lot of love from Bangladesh. Ligma asking, do you think this will be Müller's last tournament? Well, you never know with Thomas Müller. He doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon, does he? Could be. Well, probably will be. But you'd hate to see him go. I mean, when it's in terms of accomplishments, not just at club level, but at international level as well, Thomas Müller could be one of the best players Germany has ever had. And I think Bayern Munich will say the same about him for them. But yes, could possibly be his last tournament. Rian Ranga, Müller or Neuer or Kroos deserve to be the captain for this team. Well, I think all three would be the first candidates. But as far as I understand, it will be Manuel Neuer. And doesn't come as too much of a surprise, though, does it? Will Müller have completed football if he wins the Euros with Germany this year? Well, I think you'd have to say so, yeah. I know in my lifetime, I can't think of too many players with as many accolades as Thomas Müller. Such a humble guy as well, from humble origins, and I think that shows in the way that he approaches the game. But having him there, even if he doesn't play as many minutes as he might have in the past, I think just having a character like that amongst some of the younger players or some of the more inexperienced players can make such a difference. Someone who's been there, done it all before, but can also come off the bench and give you 20 incredible minutes. In terms of effort and input, I mean, it doesn't get much better than Thomas Müller, and his will to win, regardless of the situation, is second to none. So, an absolute GOAT, as Vien says in the chat as well. A question here about who the current goalkeeper coach is. Well, there's two for Germany. Andreas Kronenberg and Michael Fuchs are the two goalkeeper coaches, so I hope that helps out. Do you think Havertz deserves some praise? Luluwa Nasser from Q8 asks, yes, he does. We were just talking about Kai Havertz and the season he's had with Arsenal. I think he's definitely deserved all the praise he's gotten, and it's great to see him back at his best. So, thanks for the question. Just going through some of the chats again. Gündoğan, does he play better in a 6 or 8 role? Personally, I like Ilkay Gündoğan more in in a slightly more attacking role. I think he's just so tricky. He has the eye for that final ball, and also it gives him the chance to sort of arrive late in the box, like some of the all-time great goal-scoring midfielders used to do and still do. And I think Gündoğan, such a great link-up player in midfield, but then also he's the kind of player who can get you anywhere between 10 and 15 goals a season from that position as well. So I think the contributions in a more attacking position outweigh the contributions in a more defensive position for me. So I would have him just slightly more forward.